So we've got a diagram here that shows fitness studios A, B, and C located in a particular district, meaning like area of a city. Why would they use a diagram like this? Maybe they're all owned by the same company, and they're trying to like break up where they're gonna like advertise for that particular fitness studio. And you would probably want to go to the one closest to your house. So they would concentrate their advertising in that zone of the city. So it says on the diagram, shade the cell of the missing fitness studio. All right, so I'm just going to put in some lines like that. All right, then it says determine the coordinates of the missing fitness studio. Now, again, usually when you get one of these, it's going to be a horizontal or vertical line. So I can do this with any of the points because they has a perpendicular bisector with each one. So if I just kind of color code these, that perpendicular bisector goes with A. All right, so that one and that one goes with C with the new point that I've got to find. And then B and this one goes together. So this is the winner because it's vertical, which means that I'm going to be on this horizontal line like this right here, somewhere on that horizontal line. And it just has to be an equal distance away. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be located right there. All right, so there's going to be that fitness studio. And if you look at it compared to the other points, if I look at it compared to A, that red line's right in the middle. If you look at it compared to B, it's a little harder to see, but that blue line is right in the middle. So we definitely have the right location there for that point. All right, so it just says mark it. Determine the coordinates of D. It's at -1, 4. So -1, 4. And then it says Jennifer lives an equal distance from fitness studios in A and D. Find the shortest possible distance from Jennifer's house could be from fitness studios A and D. All right, now, this is a little bit interesting. Let me erase a few of my things here. So I get a cleaner looking picture to deal with. All right, so there's D, there's A. So this is where I've got to really kind of think about this here. So it's going to be on that straight line there. So she's going to be right here. All right, now here's the issue. I don't really know the coordinates of that point, but what I can tell you is that this is the midpoint of those 2 points. So I've got 2 options here, and it just depends on what you think of. If I find the midpoint, I can then find the distance from that midpoint to A or to D. All right, I can find the midpoint distance there like that. The second thing that I could do is I could just find the distance of that whole line and then just split it in half. Okay, and it just depends on which one you think of. Because if that's the middle, that means it's half of that line from there to there. All right, that's the one that I'm going to do because it's shorter. All right, so I'm going to find the distance from A to D. So let's see. Let me write the coordinates down here. So A is at -3, 1, and D is at -1, 4. So I'm going to find the distance between those 2 points and then just split it in half. So look up the formula. It's x2, that's y, x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. All right, I'm going to put that whole thing into the calculator carefully. So -1 minus -3 squared plus, let's make sure I got that right, plus 4 minus 1 squared. All right, which is 3.605. So 3.605. And it says, doesn't say what to round to. So now we're going to round to the 100th again because we still haven't really talked about significant figures yet. All right, but that's how far, that's the closest that she could live to those 2 studios if she lived exactly halfway. No, hang on, sorry. That is not the closest she lives to those 2 studios. That's the distance between them. All right. She lives halfway between them. Good thing I said that out loud. So I need to divide that by 2, all right, in order to get the actual answer, to divide that by 2. So it's 1.802. 1.802, all right, which is going to be 1.80 to the nearest 100, okay? So that's what we're looking at. A different kind of a question. Again, there's not a ton of complicated math there. A lot of it's drawing and just interpreting, which is a big thing about this.